All right, it's Xbox time. We made it all the way.
So did you watch/listen to the actual 20-minute podcast?
I did. I watched it right on this TV behind me at 1.5 times speed, which was the way to do it.
That's smart.
That's the way to do it. You get all the information quicker, and everybody looks like they're on crack. Because they're just like nodding like furiously like at everything. Like
I agree. I think this is a wonderful idea.
Yeah, every screen is an Xbox. Yeah, it's good. It's good. You get right through it. The big question for me is like, why is this even happening? Like, why did they let it get to this point? Why is this a podcast talking about it? Why did you have like, how many days was it of just like wild speculation?
So
it seemed like a week.
Somewhere around like 8 days, right? Like 8 or 10 days.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
can you just come out and say when the rumor started being like everything's going to Xbox, all they had to do is put out a thing or a tweet. You didn't have to put out anything like official. Phil Spencer putting out a tweet saying these latest rumors are ridiculous. There will be a limited number of smaller games coming to other platforms.
He couldn't have quite done that, though. I don't think
he could have
trying to balance this with what they were saying in all these acquisitions as well, right? Like a lot of these acquisitions were based around like, no, we're not just going to take all these and have
everything's
them on
a screen, everything's an opportunity,
right? So I think you can't just come out and say like, there's probably advertising portions of this too, like where they have like deals in place.
Sure.
And they're like, nothing really leaked. It was just like what they've been saying all along, really, and probably in their eyes.
Well, the names of the games leaked. Well, at least it looks like these are going to be the games. Seems realistic to assume that Hi-Fi Rush, Pentiment, Sea of Thieves, and Grounded are the games. But once the rumors started being like Halo and stuff like that, all they had to do was just, like make a general, denial. You don't have to get specific. Just say, look, these recent rumors are ridiculous. That's it. And people would have shut the fuck up.
I think at the end of the day, their PR marketing team probably said, we need to control the message. And I'd rather it take 10 days to control the message.
Horrible.
Than I'm not saying it was the right decision. I'm just telling you what happened.
Yeah.
I'd rather, let's take our time and control the message as opposed to, whatever.
They got a lot of eyeballs on this 20-minute podcast.
They got a lot of eyeballs on this 20-minute podcast. They were able to talk about other things on that podcast that probably people wouldn't have cared about or even listened to in the beginning at all. And they also, basically taught, if anything, the people out there to not just believe every rumor as soon as it comes out.
Yes, which is like.
Do you think they taught them that?
I mean,
do you think people learn that is the answer? They should have led with that, but that is a big problem for sure. Like people just fucking believe anything.
It's not like Xbox came out and said all these things and then for 10 days and then they waited and said, we were kidding. It was just other people making a presumption based on conjecture and hearsay.
Totally. But I feel like they could have just said like, normally we don't comment on rumors and speculation, but these recent rumors are ridiculous. And that's all they had to say. And even though
they did say something like, they did say
not really. And they were like, we'll tell you in a week. Tune back in a week. And then during that time, people were like, oh my God, they're not going to be making Xboxes anymore.
Well,
we went to that. We went from
what happened to the stock price with these rumors? Did it go up or down?
I don't know. A week is temporary.
That's your answer too. If the rumor of Halo going to Sony made Microsoft's stock price go up, then you wait 10 days.
I don't know that it would though. I feel like it might make it go down because people are like, they're getting out of the hardware business and they're,
Yeah, there were so many like hot takes in the Xbox people with their, I'm never gonna buy an Xbox again. I'm throwing my Xbox in the river. Oh, you broke my heart. I need my games to be exclusive forever. It matters for some reason that I can't really say in words because it, I know deep down it doesn't. Yeah. What can you do?
They did say
the
also
ecosystem is what matters.
what
And that
having their own ecosystem.
Having their own ecosystem is what matters to them and to like customers, right? Like, because that's where you've got all your stuff
You're invested.
tied up, right? Like that's where you're invested in. Like the hardware, I don't really care, but like without the hardware, they don't have an ecosystem, right? Like you can't just take that ecosystem and put it over on Sony's. Like Epic tried that, right? That's the whole Epic battle of like, we don't want to have hardware, but we want to control the profits on your hardware.
Right.
Like, how about no? So that's they're not going anywhere in the hardware market anytime soon. Like number 3 is still pretty solid.
Right. Right. And look, if they thought they could make more money by not making Xboxes and publishing games elsewhere, they would fucking do that.
If you told me that the next gen console is going to be digital only, I'd believe that. I'd buy that.
I could buy that for
$1,
any of these, except for Nintendo.
Yeah. Yeah, except for Nintendo, but you know, that's a rumor that I feel like is somewhat plausible. I mean, again, I don't know if that's going to happen, but I'd believe it if it did. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if it did. But yeah, Halo and Gears and Forza going to PlayStation consoles, I don't know if that's going to happen ever.
Call of Duty, though. They promised Call of Duty. Are they going to renege on that?
It depends on what you mean.
They'll honor whatever contract they have in place.
Well, first of all, yeah, there are existing contracts, so they have to honor those. And those are probably through 2026 or 2027. After that, who knows? And also, it depends on what you mean. What is Call of Duty? What do you mean by Call? Well, Call of Duty is 3 games right now. When they release one, there's 3 parts to it. There's the single player, there's the multiplayer, and there's Warzone. And they're 3 separate downloads.
Yeah.
So they could say they release Call of Duty, but they don't have to release all 3 components of Call of Duty. And they could still say they released all Call of Duty. Do you just release the multiplayer and whatever Warzone update there is and save the single player for your Xbox consoles? They could do that in 2028 and still say they released Call of Duty on the PlayStation.
Why bother?
I'm just saying.
Do people even care about the single player?
I don't know.
For that? I don't even know.
I don't know. Well, that's think about that too. Would it make how much money would they save on development costs if they don't have to make a PS5 version of the single player?
No, I'm sure. I think there's so much value in having that on Game Pass that even if it's on PlayStation, which it will be, it will be. It's like, hey, look, I could have this for free, quote unquote, or included with my
your online games. Your subscription
when we're doing our
games.
23rd season of the CAGcast, we'll discuss it.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, it makes sense to have your larger user base across consoles where you can make money on all of those, but you're not gonna like if you get it outside of your ecosystem on other types of games, like you're not making them money.
Right.
Like it doesn't make sense.
You're leaving all that money on the table and letting somebody else take all that delicious 30%.
Right. Like that's why you
for
want
just
the platform.
Existing.
Right. That's why you want the ecosystem is you want to get that 30% no matter what you're selling.
Yeah. No, it's I'm sure they'll honor all their agreements. Did you the other big thing from this not big thing, but the other bit of news from this podcast was that Game Pass is not going to other consoles. They specifically said Game Pass on Xbox.
Like,
how would that work even?
How would that even work?
I don't know. Streaming. I guess, you can stream.
Yeah, but like with Sony, like Sony's not going to be like, yeah.
Right.
Bring Game Pass all over here. Like they've got their own service that they're trying to do. They have their own thing,
and there's so much overlap ever at this point with the 2 services. Also, it's
right.
It
doesn't make sense, but they shut it. They shut it down anyway in case anyone.
It never made sense, but we said that, so whatever.
Whatever. Anyway, I thought
are you guys gonna play Diablo at the end of March?
Yeah, I haven't bought it. So they announced that too. That
I enjoy. I like Diablo 4. I know some people were underwhelmed by it, but I liked it. So I don't know. Do you like Diablo? Do you like the what you do in a Diablo game?
More or less.
Well, this is more of that. So
Not less.
Not less. I have less now, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I think that's is that it
people
for
are
the
making
show?
fun of the way we say Diablo and not what is it?
Wait.
Diablo.
Diablo? Is
I think
that how we're supposed to say it? Or
No,
Diablo?
Diablo.
Diablo.
How they say it?
I don't know. Diablo? I don't now. I'm getting now. Now it's all I'm in my head about it, so I don't know. It doesn't matter. Let's move on.